Typically, when discussing LARP or role-playing games, or even life in general, the topic of aesthetics and appearance gets brought up at some point. A distinct look can add so much to a character and give them a sense of identity. As such, people want all sorts of fangly bits on their weapons and armor. However, the more ornate the gear gets, the more problematic it can be to both safety and the gear itself. Take for example this Frostmourne by MuseumReplicas.com. In my opinion, this sword is gorgeous. I love this sword, I think it's well weighted, the grip has a lovely texture, the appearance is incredible. You may actually ask yourself why it is I've never taken this weapon into the field at LARP. And this is our topic for today. Most Calamacile weapons, or even certain latex gear, would cut right through these skulls. One might even assume that the large guard would stop this, but in a three-dimensional plane the weapons would just bounce off and at best nick the horns. At worst, you'd have to deal with something like this. Armor can pose a problem too. If I was swinging this sword at anyone in any kind of armor, I'd be praying to whatever in and out of game gods I believe in. To provide some contrast, this is the sword I use right now. A sword that I have more gripes with than the Frostmourne. It's excessively light, it's uncomfortable to grip in my gloves, the paint peels easily. However, I use it over the Frostmourne, because I know that if this breaks, I'm not too much worse for wear. About $80 shipped to my door. And even if a Kali weapon takes off the handle guard or the awkward hook thing above it, I can just rip those off entirely and keep playing with a functional weapon. If I do need to completely replace the weapon, I don't feel terrible. Contrasted to the Frostmourne, which is no longer available for purchase, it would look wretched without all its fangly bits, and it averages for about $300 on Amazon before shipping and tax. You can see the issues I'd have with potentially fielding this weapon that I originally mostly bought as a collector's piece. Ornate armor, however, bear with me, I don't own a lot of armor as it is, let alone the type I'm about to discuss here, can prove actual safety risk. Whereas Frostmourne at worst could piss you off, this stuff could gash your neck and leave a nasty infection. Many of you may be asking, and I applaud you for this, why is there a picture of World of Warcraft pauldrons? The reason is because many LARP equipment manufacturers don't design things like that for this very reason. However, some folk go out of their way to get something like that custom made. I just couldn't find any pictures online, and I don't have a metal shop in my garage. Sorry about that one. I guess the one thing to take away from all this is to think twice before saying you want your costume to look like this when on the field of battle. And beware of the giant shoulder pad. Until then, I've been a talking bedsheet. Take care.